What's up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit the like. It's like walking in the room and hitting the light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into the reel of reality TV. I want to first shout out another content creator, Tea Talk with Your Girl. I actually appreciate the fact that she shared a video which had very good audio, because I was stating that from the Mimosas with Melody event, from what I saw, the audio just wasn't good. So I tried to listen to a clip of some things that were shared, but because I couldn't really understand some things that were said, I just kind of checked out of it. But it looks like it was a great event and all of that good stuff. But this was very good audio, and for me, because a lot of times I'm listening to things more than I'm watching them, hence even doing this podcast style content on my own platform, I don't really care if the video is grainy or doesn't, look that good. I just want to be able to hear it. So with that being said, I listened to what was shared. It was a sit down that she did with Queen Sheba, and the things that Melody was saying, I mean, none of it is a shock or surprise to me, but I just have an even greater level of appreciation for what she has experienced and gone through, and why I even share my thoughts and feelings about what she has experienced, that we've been able to see on the show and even outside of the show, the drama and all that stuff that she's experienced by the hands and actions of her ex-husband. It's just been infuriating to me, and that's one of the things that really even got me to talking about the mess that's over there, and why I'm not even interested in watching the show anymore, because just after seeing so much, it's just been like crazy that it's disgusting. And I don't, even though I know reality shows can be messy, it's another level when it's family, supposed to be family, and someone could be such a psychopath to try to destroy someone that they had 4 children with, was actually married to, not just a baby mama situation. It's just crazy. But to not get into all of that, the only reason why I'm even mentioning that is because I heard that Dr. Elaine Heavenly made a comment about Melody when she was doing one of her reviews with Carlos Messy Queen, to say that she felt like Melody and the ex-husband were going to get back together. That's just her being messy, and I just really think it's disgusting. It's nothing funny about that. There's nothing funny about that. I don't even know why she was even mentioned when they're supposed to be discussing a reality show that's on the Bravo network. Melody has nothing to do with those shows over there, nothing to do with the people over there, and Hotel definitely doesn't have anything to do with the people over there. So why she chose to speak about them at that point in time, it to me was just her being messy and giving people something to talk about. I'm not going to spend too much time on that, but I listened to the things that she shared, and I had some thoughts about some people, honestly, but I'm going to just go ahead and play this little small clip, but I'm going to put the full video link in the description box if you have not seen it yet, and if you want to check it out and listen to it.
What I know now, I would blink. When is then? Now, y'all know I like to cut up. Wait a minute, now when is then? Because, there could be several layers of the thens if I knew then what I know now. So what's the then? What's hitting you? Okay, I'm feeling it's all in my spirit. If I knew then what I know now, I would have been more careful and possessing a higher intuition, which I now have, but I didn't have then. But if I knew then what I know now, there are things and people who are attached to me that wouldn't even be able to be in the same space as me. And going, there are some people who are not serving and pushing you there. So why are they in your space holding up space? So when I look around this room and I see all of this beautiful Black excellence, there are some people who are missing. They weren't supposed to be here. So now what I do is I thank God for the detachment. I thank God for the isolation. I thank God for the removals, right? Where it hurt at sometimes I ain't gonna lie, sometimes it hurt. I've had my days where I cried, where I felt sad, where I was like, why? I ain't do anything to them, right? But then I got to the point where I had to realize, hold on, baby. Hold on. You had to go through that so that now your discernment and your intuition, you're going to trust it a little bit better. Just being honest. Y'all like that?
Whew. That was deep. And if anybody just got cut, if they heard it, that she may have been referencing, then just allow the cuts to happen. See, the thing that I realize about a lot of people that Melody, like she said, she had been attached to in the past and may still unfortunately be in some way connected to, not even connected to, attached to in the present, is because not just the discernment was low, because she's like me in a lot of ways. Your discernment, your spirit of discerning, or your level of discerning spirits, if you will, is high. But because you have a big heart and you want to give opportunities to people or help people out, you're hoping that from the experience they will learn some things, they will become grateful, and then maybe what you're feeling is there with these people, they won't operate in it and they won't flow in that way, and then maybe they will become better from the opportunities that you have been able to bless them with. I have learned that all too well in my experience of being a business owner. Listen, sometimes you just get to the point where you're just like, I'm done, I'm burnt out, because you try your best to help people out, and they have been helped in so many ways, and they are walking in a spirit of pride and envy and jealousy, and then they act as if you didn't do anything for them. Well, I was the one that got myself here. That person didn't do anything for me. And it's like, wow, really? It's like that? And yeah, a lot of people, they operate in that way. I feel like a lot of people who, because of Melody and this opportunity and this being her brainchild of Love and Marriage Huntsville, and have gotten the opportunity to be on TV, to have so many eyeballs see them, experience what they've put out there, they have gotten to be in spaces and places that a lot of them really don't deserve. And so when she said that, honestly, my mind ran on almost everyone. I wouldn't think about Tiffany and her husband in that way, even though I know they're no longer on the show, at least right now. It's possible they could come back. But I honestly think of all of them. But I'll name specifically, and I don't want to say I hate to do this. It just is what it is. When you consider the fact that Melody has been able to build her businesses and her brand through the fire, through all of the storms and things that she has experienced in her relationship and in her marriage, which is deep, I would never not be happy for her. I would never not want to wish her well and hope that she continues to grow and thrive, because what she had to go through and what she had to endure, I would never want to go through those things just to get what she has now. I would just be happy and champion her, and not saying that, you know, the people on the show have to be her best friends or whatever, but she doesn't carry herself, at least to me, I don't see where she carries herself in a way of arrogance and I'm up here, you are down there, I'm rich, and all this other stuff. And then when you consider how some people, and I've seen it, I don't really pay that much attention to it. I'll never take away what Stormy has been able to do with her business. Kudos to her. But the way she speaks sometimes, it can be extremely off-putting. And when you speak in a way where it makes other people feel like you're above them, I'm rich. Bitch, I'm rich. Like, okay, good for you. But a lot of people who are like that, they are very poor in spirit, and they have a lot going on within themselves that they just don't address. And a lot of it is a spirit of pride. And you can have all of the stuff materially and still be jealous of people. I've experienced it. I've had people that I felt like had more than me material wise, but it was something about me that they were jealous of. And I'd feel like, Melody was saying, why are they acting like this? I didn't do anything to them. I didn't do anything to anybody. Like, you have those thoughts, and then you have to, like, encourage yourself and brush yourself off and get up. And I feel that she may definitely have been referencing the majority of the people. We already know that the ex-husband falls in that category of, if she knew then what she knows now, she never would have. I am quite sure that he is in that category. But Xing out the other people who were included in that core 6 of people, I would definitely say, to me, I would think she would be referencing Stormi. Now, I know I mentioned about why weren't the cameras there to film some of this so that we could see some of it on the show for those who will be watching it. I ain't watching it, like I said. But I was just saying, to me, it just felt, weird because, yeah, people were saying, well, the event, you bought tickets. It wasn't an invite-only situation. Her name change ceremony was an invite-only event. I get that. But what I'm saying is, she had the right to have the people she didn't want to have there not be there, and it was filmed for the show. So I think some people really missed my point when I was speaking about that. I get that the event was people who bought tickets could come, but she even mentioned that with that event, she said the people who aren't supposed to be here, they're not here. So I was just basically speaking in terms of the show filming an event that she was holding, and just because it was being filmed for the show, it didn't mean she had to invite everyone or they had to be a part of it. So obviously that doesn't hold its weight in water, but whatever. This isn't about that. I just wanted to say that I really do believe, because my mind just goes back to previous scenes. I remember Melody walking through the warehouse that Stormi had at the time, and she was, in my opinion, Melody was just being humble to say, yeah, I need help because I'm new to this. Like, this is something that I'm new to. Melody said that. And I did feel some way that Stormi was kind of looking at, like, here's somebody coming onto my territory. This is something that I've been doing for a long time. And I know of what I speak because I've been in the beauty industry since 2008. I've been in the wellness and beauty industry since 2006. I am a licensed esthetician. I was a licensed massage therapist. I no longer practice that anymore. And I kept my license up for a while before I just got tired of renewing it because I knew I wasn't going to operate it anymore, so I didn't really care about it anymore, keeping up my credit hours and renewing my license every 2 years. So I let it go. The education can never be taken away from me. That is what it is. I paid for it. I had the time, the experience, and all of that stuff. But what I'm saying is that it is not a threat to me if someone else gets into the industry, because it's a multi-billion-dollar industry. People are going to support who they want to support, and there are people that support a multitude of people. They don't just say, oh, well, I'm only going to use her stuff. I am a skincare line creator as well. I'm a licensed esthetician, and I started my skincare line in 2017. I don't feel threatened when I see other people get into the industry. For me, I did feel like Stormi was feeling some type of way. And I remember the scene when Stormi and Melody were someplace. I think it was maybe a place that Melody had at the time. I don't know if it was like a studio or office or what, but she was trying out some new product, and she was rubbing this product on Stormi's leg, and she said, I want you to try this product and let me know what you think. And she was rubbing it on her leg, on Stormi's legs, as they were talking about some other things. And Stormi had this look on her face, And even when she came over to Melody's house, and Melody was getting a massage, and Melody had like the signs that were up in the house promoting her skincare line, and I just really felt like there were just some feelings there. That's just me. I'm just sharing my opinion. I'm not saying that it is real or it's the truth. I'm just basically saying what I felt like I saw. And with that, with all those things being said, when Melody said that, I believe that that went for a good chunk of the people who were on the show with her. And I definitely felt like that was a reference to Stormi. And it's sad because I really felt like it was going to ultimately get to this place. I'm not going to be watching the show next season, but I may see clips or see other people talking about it, and we'll see where it goes. But I felt like from the very beginning when she came on the show, she was just doing too much when it came to just kind of being like Melody's guard dog in a way, and then like to immediately jump from that to saying, in my opinion, just saying how ridiculous Melody was being when they were outside of Destiny's grand reopening of her store, and she was speaking to Destiny and was, Destiny was throwing shade and Stormi was agreeing with it. It was like, dang, that was fast. I knew it was coming, but I didn't know it was going to start happening that fast. Again, I'm not one of those people that feels like because someone doesn't like Melody or care for Melody that I have to come at them or go against them or whatever, because that's just not what I do. And I don't even think that Melody cares that much either, because when she came out to talk about the revenge peace stuff, and she even made comments about that. She said, there's some people who just don't like me for whatever reason. She's not harping on it. So I don't really feel like other people should either. But the only reason why I'm talking about this is because I caught it when she was speaking about that. I definitely can relate. I understand. And it's a bitter pill to swallow sometimes when you see how you've really helped other people and they just don't have any appreciation whatsoever. That's not to say that you should, owe someone your life or bow down and worship them if they've helped you out. But it's a completely other thing when you see how these people are just, in my opinion, going out of their way to be against you. It's just really sad. I've seen that over the years with Tisha and the jealousy that she's exuded towards Melody. And I don't even like talking about that too much because it's an easy read when people say, oh, you're just jealous. When someone makes references or comments about someone that they don't agree with or whatever the case is, and then someone just responds to say, oh, you're just a hater, you're just jealous. It's an easy read. I know that. But when it is necessary, it's necessary. So when I talk about her and I say not connections, but the attachments, this is something that I've said for years. Connections, those are real. You think of your arms, your legs, your body parts. They're connected to other parts of your body. And then you think of a vacuum cleaner and you have the attachments that you can use, not use, you can go without, but they're just attachments. They're there for a purpose and a reason. You may need them and you may not need them. Throughout this show and what we've seen exhibited, she's definitely had attachments to her, but they were not true, genuine connections. So she can do without them, and she's actually doing a whole lot better without those attachments of those people who, in my opinion, just really haven't expressed any type of appreciation. A lot of them are walking in ego and pride, and it's a big turnoff. I don't care about Stormi and her business. I honestly hope she does well. I'm never here to hope someone else's businesses fail or anything like that, especially just being a business owner myself. I'm very careful about the energy that I put out there when it comes to other people. Not saying that people don't want it for me, because child, that's just how people operate. But I'm just speaking about my own actions and my own thoughts. But I kind of understand why a lot of people just are not here for Stormi, because it's the attitude. And your attitude, it can take you to great places, and then it can also be your downfall. Pride comes before a fall. The Bible says it. Pride comes before destruction. And I just really wished that she could have operated in a different way. I'm not saying she can control her mom, but her mom definitely sounds like she just has this ought against Melody for whatever reason. None of it made any sense. And for a lot of people that don't like other people, usually they don't have a real reason. It's not that the person really did anything to you themselves. You just are determined not to like the person, and her mom has just come across to be that way as well. And then when we've seen the reunion and how her mom was, in my personal opinion, I just kind of feel like Stormy was just trying to tame her mom a little bit, just for the sake of, she knows that Melody has a very extensive fan base that will come for her, which she didn't really want. Then I just felt like maybe her mom should not have said much at all when it came to Melody herself. If you are not happy about people coming for your daughter, speak about that. But I just don't think that blaming Melody is the right move. Just like it pissed me off when I felt like Giselle was trying to put the blame at Candace's door from Real Housewives of Potomac when she claimed that people were sending her death threats as if that was Candace's fault. No, it's your own actions. And I'm not saying that it's okay for people to go overboard and do that type of stuff, but to blame Candace for it, I felt was absolutely ridiculous. But you heard what Melody said. I think it was a great interview. I actually really appreciate it. I'll probably listen to it again because I just love hearing encouraging and inspiring things like that. I listen to so much inspirational and uplifting and motivational things that help with discipline and all that other stuff a lot. So even though I may come over here and share some of the shenanigans that people are involved in from time to time, that's just not my everyday life. So this was very, very uplifting. But when I was listening to it, I really felt like I could see, like, the vivid images in my mind were coming up of people that she was referencing without her having to say any names. And honestly, the names for her weren't even worthy of being spoken about at that place and time, but I get it. So I just wanted to share a little bit of that, guys. You can let me know your thoughts in the comment section. So thanks for being here. Thanks for liking and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.